One subtle sign someone is quietly wrestling with their feelings for you. Psychology asks, have you ever looked at someone and thought, do they feel what I feel? Not in the casual, surface-level attraction, but in the deep, unspoken way they try to hide even from themselves. Human emotions are almost never simple. Love and desire don't unfold in a neat, predictable line. They're tangled, conflicted, full of hesitation and inner battles. Sometimes a person feels something intense for you, yet spends their days acting like those emotions don't exist. Psychologists call this emotional dissonance, when the heart reaches for one truth, but the mind and fears pull in the opposite direction. And here's the thing. If you watch closely, there's always at least one small signal that reveals when someone is secretly fighting their feelings for you. That tiny sign? Behavioral contradiction. The most revealing, undeniable indicator that someone is struggling with hidden emotions is this. Their words and their actions don't match. Think about it. Someone who truly doesn't care is consistent. They don't bother with mixed messages or subtle shifts. They act neutral because neutrality takes no effort. But someone who's fighting their feelings, you'll notice these little contradictions. They'll say they're not interested, yet their eyes stay on you longer than they should. They act distant one day, then unexpectedly attentive the next. They avoid you, but with a kind of intensity that feels like they're really avoiding themselves. This contradiction is the unconscious mind, slipping through the cracks. Sigmund Freud once said, unexpressed emotions never die. They are buried alive and will surface in uglier ways. Meaning no matter how hard someone tries to hide what they feel, the truth leaks out through tone, body language, and those tiny moments of attention they wish they could control. But why do people fight their feelings at all? Before we look deeper into these contradictions, we need to ask, what makes someone resist love or attraction? Psychology highlights a few major reasons. 1. Fear of vulnerability. Love requires opening up, and to some, vulnerability feels dangerous. They'd rather shield their heart than risk rejection. 2. Past trauma. A person who's been hurt before may link love with pain. Their heart whispers yes, while their memory screams never again. 3. Timing. Maybe they're committed elsewhere. Maybe life feels too chaotic. Maybe being with you seems like it would complicate everything. 4. Low self-worth. Some people secretly believe they're not enough for the person they want. So instead of trying, they withdraw even while their heart reaches forward. So when someone sends mixed signals, it doesn't always mean indifference. Sometimes it means the opposite. They care more than they know how to handle. Now, let's talk about the push and pull dynamic. When someone is battling their feelings, they often swing between closeness and distance. Warmth one moment, laughter, attention, focus then, coldness the next. It leaves you confused, but to them, it's survival. Their heart moves them toward you. Their fear drags them back. So they hover, unable to settle anywhere. Then there are microexpressions, the face's involuntary truth. Behavior experts say microexpressions reveal what the conscious mind tries to hide. When they see you unexpectedly, their eyes widen for a split second. When you speak, their mouth softens into a smile they didn't intend to show. When you laugh, they lean in, even if a moment later they force themselves to pull away. These micro moments are the unconscious shouting, what the conscious mind is trying to bury. Silence is another giveaway. They dodge certain topics, especially anything involving feelings, relationships, or you. They become quiet at moments where their opinion matters most, as if speaking would reveal too much. Or they over-explain and overanalyze everything, using logic as armor. But silence is rarely empty. People pause when the truth feels too big to admit. Watch their body language too, the involuntary truth. Words can lie. Smiles can pretend. But the body struggles to fake. Do they angle toward you in a group? Do they mirror your movements without noticing? Do they fidget or touch nearby objects when you walk past, grounding their nerves? Someone fighting their emotions often behaves like there's a magnetic pull between you, one they're constantly resisting. And then there's irritation. Sometimes they seem annoyed, overly critical, or dismissive. Why? Because frustration is safer than confession. Teasing, arguing, rolling their eyes, these can be masks for emotions they don't know how to handle. Psychology calls this reaction formation, expressing the opposite of what you truly feel. So don't take irritation at face value. Sometimes it's a shield protecting a fragile truth. Protectiveness is another clue, almost impossible to hide. Even if they pretend not to care, watch how they react when you're vulnerable. Do they defend you quietly? Check on you without drawing attention? Position themselves near you in a crowd? You can fake indifference. You can't fake instinct. And finally, the emotional slips. Those late-night messages they pretend were accidental. Those caring comments followed by a joke. That flash of jealousy when you mention someone else, quickly covered with a shrug. These slips are windows into their real feelings. They come out because the heart cannot stay silent forever. Psychology teaches that humans are rarely in harmony with themselves. Desires, fears, beliefs, wounds, they clash constantly. So when someone shows you warm and cold, certainty and hesitation, don't assume confusion means lack of emotion. Very often, it means the emotion is overwhelming. The most powerful tiny sign? Inconsistency. Because inconsistency is the echo of a battle happening inside. So if you ever wonder, does this person secretly have feelings for me? Don't rely only on words. Don't judge only isolated actions. Look at the contradiction. Look at the moments where their heart slips past their defenses. That small, fragile clash between what they say and what they show, that is the real truth. Psychology says when someone fights their feelings, the truth reveals itself not in grand gestures, but in the subtle cracks of their behavior. And if you pay attention, those cracks tell a story words never could. Welcome to psychology. Fact. If you're curious about the hidden patterns of the mind and heart, subscribe and turn on the notifications so you never miss a perspective that might shift the way you see life.